Now we're at the 2019 PGA Show, and it's a great pleasure to be with Odyssey Rollinson from Odyssey to talk about the Stroke Lab story. Now people, when they're looking at their putters, they'll see these Stroke Lab shafts. So Odyssey, talk to us about the evolution and the story of Stroke Lab.
Well, Stroke Lab, we wanted to kind of look at, for years we've looked at just the head and the insert. In recent years have been a grip. We wanted to look at the whole putter. And so what we found over the years is head weights of putters have been getting heavier and heavier. You look at where they were in the 90s to now, they've gone up, sometimes 50 grams. And as grips have gotten kind of heavier and now lighter with kind of the super stroke type grips, putters have gotten out of balance. So we want to get the balance back, and so we looked at the shaft. You got a lot of weight here that's not in the right place. It's better to redistribute that weight. So we took 40 grams out of the shaft, moved 30 grams of it up under the hands, and about 10 to the head. And so what you've done is you've got the balance of the putter back where it needs to be, and you get a lot of weight in the hands, so that really steadies your stroke. And we found that this shaft and this balance has really increased the consistency of people's stroke as much as 15 to 20% more consistent in a lot of different categories. And so it'll help people putt better.
Okay, and does the Stroke Lab shaft change depending then on the head?
It doesn't change depending on the head.
Depending on the head weight?
On the head weight, no, because the head weights are all the blades are a little lighter than mallets, just because if you're using a blade, you want a little more feel with it. So that swing weight of those at 35 inches are in the D9 range. You got the mallets about the E5, which we found is an ideal balance. And then having the weight in the hands really steadies the stroke out. So the other thing we've done with the shaft as well is we've stiffened it a little bit. And as head weights have gotten heavier, if you look at the flex of the shaft, it's gotten weaker. And so just adding just a little bit of stiffness to the shaft increases the stability, which also helps with the consistency.
There's even flexion in a putting stroke.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So we added about in a driver about 2 flexes to the shaft, and it's kind of where it was back in the early 90s with the lighter heads.
Okay, and is the Stroke Lab shaft relevant to different putting styles, the back and through and the open and closed, or is it just as effective with all type of strokes?
It's effective for all types of putter shaft. Probably the ones where we really see it shine is on the longer putts, where that kind of heavier head stuff has gotten harder to control. That's where we've really heard people say, God, this thing is awesome and a lot more stable, and I have a lot more control with it.
Fantastic stuff. Well, there it is, guys, the Stroke Lab story. You'll find all your favourite putter heads with the Stroke Lab shaft, and now you know what it does. Odyssey Rollinson, thank you very much. Guys, make sure to check them all out on golffitter.com.